alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I want to play a game.
Hello and welcome to the Sounds from the Grave podcast. My name is Yussef.
And my name is Vania.
And did you miss us?
Yeah, so it's been 25 years too long. I mean, I'm kidding.
It feels like it's been 25 years.
Yeah, 30, 25, we don't know. It's fine. Hi, guys. It's been a long time. How's it been? Oh, my God.
How are you, spooky peeps?
Hi. And
We're finally back.
I'm pretty sure that everybody's going to hate us right now. So
Oh,
where have you been, you pieces of shit?
Yeah, after a long hiatus that we're going to explain what happened, and then we're going to kind of catch you guys up on what we've been up to, because it's like, as to why it's been a while since we recorded it. And then we're going to talk about some big news from Horror Nights, because, I mean, we're freaking out already. It's the season has already started officially for us.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that's going on in
Yeah.
the speculation of the world of, as you guys already know, the tweets, the Twitters.
The twits, it's the Bird app. There we go.
The Bird app.
Elon Musk's new project, apparently.
Yeah. Then that also
Oof.
happened. That's very much.
Yep.
So yeah.
So yeah, let's start you guys off with the story of what actually happened with our last episode that we were trying to record. So we recorded an episode based on the Italian horror film on Netflix called The Classic Horror Story. And let me tell you, that episode was a blast to record. Like, we had just a huge amount of fun recording that. Like, I felt like I was at the top of my game with the stupid jokes. Vanya was at the top of her game with just, like, trying to figure out what the fuck I was talking about. And we were like, alright, this episode came out great. Can't wait to release this. Lo and behold, none of my audio was recorded. So we lost that entire episode. And we're like, we can't recreate that magic. That's just gone.
Yeah, I think our little Netflix month kind of flopped.
Derailed.
Especially derailed, flopped.
Because the episodes were doing well, and then we derailed because of that those ding-dang Italian horror movies that just messed us up.
They're cursed.
They're cursed, yes.
So, what happened was that, after we even lost the audio, we attempted to re-record it again with meshing it together with 13 Ghosts, and even then, I think we also had issues on that as well. So, yeah, it's motivation just kind of gone, and
yeah, it was that. It was a combination of us kind of losing the motivation, but not necessarily like in a bad way. It was just like our schedules work-wise just were not matching up properly.
Nope, that's a no from me, Doug.
And because I mean, you were working nights, I was working mornings, so like the only time we could record was like a very, very tiny window of like right after you got off work. But at the same time, I'm like, I have to get up really early for work, and I was literally falling asleep while recording episodes. And at one point, I think it was a 13 Ghosts episode where I just went on a tangent about some random music thing. I don't even remember what it was. It was just not a fun time. Yeah,
it was not good.
It was just like taking such a big toll on our sleep schedules, our mental health.
What's crazy is that I think during that time where we lost a classic horror story, we decided to jump on the speculation map. Then we tried to record the tiny bit of a classic horror story and mesh it together with 13 Ghosts.
Yeah.
And then that was just going to be a long ass episode where we were trying to play catch up. So yeah, that was just a big toll, and we were like, we can't do this. So we're sorry if you were actually looking forward to hearing those episodes. Eventually, I'm pretty sure we'll come back to them, especially for like 13 Ghosts and a classic horror story if it doesn't curse us again.
We did do 13 Ghosts. We did 13 Ghosts, and we did the spec map. We just weren't able to do the Italian one. We weren't able to do a classic horror story because the last thing we dropped was that 13 Ghosts episode.
Okay.
But we've had some changes now in our schedule. So it's a lot easier now. Like, we have a little bit more time now to actually like kind of get together and plan episodes out and then record and actually really like release stuff. So
Yeah,
we're
I
finally
changed the
back.
mornings.
We're getting new content soon. Yay!
And I'm working mornings and it was starting at 3 a.m. Yay.
Jeez.
It's fine. I mean, I get out at noon or at
That's
1
not bad,
p.m.,
at
so
least,
it's
yeah.
not too bad. I just have to wake up like at 2 a.m., but it's
Mm.
fine.
That's weird as hell.
It is what it is, but I
Yeah.
can't do anything about it. I mean, I like it better because then I finally get Friday, Saturdays off, and I don't have to worry about these odd days of like Monday, Tuesdays off, and it was just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a time.
What the fuck do you do on a Monday or Tuesday?
Nothing. There's nothing to do on a
Nothing.
Monday or Tuesday. Nothing
Okay.
happens.
Yeah, just stay home and, just hermit, or I just, sleep a lot. But
Hermit
yeah,
crab.
hermits.
Yeah.
But
Um.
yeah,
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, our schedules are matching up a little bit better now. We can actually put out some content, so we're very excited to plan some more stuff out and just go ape shit on you guys.
Mm.
Um. But in terms of, like kind of catching you guys up on what we've been up to on just like a personal level, obviously we're not gonna get too personal just because like we want to have some privacy. Like we like privacy, Why? Okay, if for those of you that aren't looking at the video, Vanya's already giving me a look, which I mean I've missed. 'Cause you always give me those looks, so I haven't seen your face do that in a while. So it's a fun time watching that again. um. But I mean, I haven't really been up to much, honestly. Like I've just been working Monday through Friday. Um, I've been watching. I tried to watch one movie like a day this year. I couldn't make it past April just because Criterion Channel movies just broke me a little bit. Just because like I can't get into them. Like as much as I love film, they're like too highbrow, too artsy for me, and I'm just like they broke me down a little bit. Um, and then on like a slightly more personal note, I am proud to say that I do have a partner now. I'm very happy.
That's
I know
that's
that's
the
why
part
you
I
were
was
giving me the
waiting.
look. I know that's why you were giving me the look.
I was like, damn, he's spilling the tea this episode. He's spilling the
I'm
tea.
spilling the beans. The cat's out the bag.
Not the beans. Come on. The beans
Not the
makes everybody
habichuelas. Come on, pick
party.
that shit up. It's expensive now.
Jesus. Anyway,
But yeah,
but yeah,
I'm
the
in a good
tea.
spot there. I'm very happy there. Um, but and then outside of that, the other like last big thing I did, this past weekend I went to Spookala, which was a lot of fun. It was my first ever horror convention, because I've never gone to Spooky Empire. I had an absolute blast. I got to see a panel with James Jude Courtney, the Michael Myers from the newest Halloween movies. What are you doing over there?
Ocala, The
Okay.
invite that didn't exist. I'm petty, and I'm
Weren't you
gonna call you
wait?
out on it.
Weren't you out of
Like,
town though with your fiance?
no,
Oh,
he
I thought.
comes in this week, so I actually
Oh,
had my first weekend off,
oh,
and then
I
I was
could have
actually off, and I was like, and
sworn.
I look at the group pictures, like
I could have sworn you were out of town. I had no. I'm so sorry.
I
Oh,
was like,
we're definitely going to
you know
Spooky
what?
this year though. We're definitely doing Spooky Empire though.
I'm gonna go be petty somewhere else.
I'm gonna go be petty somewhere else. But no, we had a good time.
See you at the movies. Adopt me.
Oh, that's another fun thing I forgot to add. I got to celebrate Cece's birthday. I got to celebrate Kyle from Trick or Treaters podcast moving down here finally. So we all got together. You weren't able to be there because you still had work. Unfortunately, we would have loved to have you. It was a fun time. Um, we had an
Where's
absolute
my water
blast.
gun? Where's my water gun?
What are you gonna splash me through the webcam at me or? But no, that was a really fun time. I got to meet some new people. I got to see CC, Teddy, Kyle, and some people, and Bryce and Travis. Like people I hadn't seen in a bit, so it was so much fun to get to see them again. And I know it's like super late. I already said it at the party, but happy super late birthday again, CC. I love you, Queen. And this girl legit just pulled out a Kirby and is just petting it like it's like a cat, and she's like the evil mastermind. She's over here like Dr. Evil.
No, this is my emotional support animal.
And definitely check out her podcast, See You At ... because she's doing a lot of pop culture stuff, so she changes it up. She just dropped an episode for the new Horror Nights stuff going on, so check that out for sure. And then outside of that, like I said, I did Spookala. I checked out the James Jude Courtney panel. I went all out with the VIP pass because that pass also included a VIP concert to go see Ice Nine Kills, and holy shit, those guys put on a hell of a show.
How does it feel to be God's favorite?
You mean Satan's favorite, and I love it. Feels amazing.
Hades, God, Satan, whatever you believe in. Just, let me just...
Oh my god! Why would you do that? Oh, Jesus. Okay, for those of you that didn't watch the video... Actually, you know what? I'm screen recording this, so I'm just going to post it on Twitter. This girl just poured water on all over herself.
Yeah, it's like, how does it feel?
It just went shot.
That's literally me being depressed. I'm like...
Jesus. We're going to make up for you. We're going to make this up to you. Like, we're going to go to Spooky. We're going to make it up to you. Don't worry.
I feel wet.
Jesus Christ. But outside of that, and like the next day too. Oh, I also got to see like their acoustic set, which was also really nice. Honestly, acoustic set I was kind of not really paying a whole lot of attention to. I was too busy eating a sandwich because I was really hungry. We hadn't eaten all day. But that was fun. I got to buy a ton of Funko Pops, some nice horror Funko Pops, which are cool. Picked up like a couple little like horror knickknacks. That was really nice. And then on Sunday, completely unexpected. We actually didn't plan this out. We hadn't like thought about doing this, but due to some like circumstances regarding like the concert, we were actually given the chance to meet Spencer Charnas from Ice Nine Kills, and I got his autograph. I got a picture with him, and I was freaking out, honestly. So that was really, really fun. And then we made it back here, and now I'm back, and have my new, I have time to do stuff now. So here we go.
Likely story.
Sure. No, I legit though. That's actually what happened. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to. I haven't really done a whole lot. But it is now, Vania, time for you to spill your beans and tell us what you've been up to and what you've been doing.
Working.
Easy enough to explain.
I don't know what else to tell you.
That's all I've been doing.
That's all I've been doing. Is all I do is work and try and find some motivation to keep making content. But I still haven't found it. So, I mean, eventually.
You'll get there. You get there. It happens.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm just not a fan of putting out the same content as everybody else. All I want to go. So, but yeah, other than that, now I think I'm in a happier position where like at night I'm not like busting my ass and I'm always like tired and I can't do anything. Now in the mornings I can actually go to work and then come home and do stuff. So it's going to be a little bit more productive, and plus I'm really excited because on weekends I can like go to conventions or like anything that I may have planned in like in the future. And I'm also very like looking forward to Ghost. They're dropping their they already dropped their tour, but they're for Florida. They're only coming to Tampa.
I did see
so
that.
They're dropping the tickets.
Freaking out about it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go, and because right now the tickets for like the VIP is like anywhere from $600 to like $140. I'm like,
damn.
But for general admissions, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be cheaper. So that's why I'm gonna wait until Friday till those drop. So yeah, it's gonna be like the beginning of the many adventures that I also will have. And on top of that, my dad also celebrated his 10-year anniversary.
That's so cool.
with
Yeah, I saw that. I
Disney.
saw your pictures of that. That's so cool. Congratulations to him on that, by the way.
I would tell him that, but it was really cool to see like all the cast. Like basically, the Magic Kingdom turned into something that it felt like one big Club 33 for cast members.
I remember years ago when I went to my father's 10-year anniversary thing, and that's like they essentially like closed the whole park off to cast members, right?
Yeah, and then they give you all the free food from all the restaurants.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
that believe
they
me,
give
that I
you.
remember because I was eating like a pig.
I ate at Crystal Palace, so and
Ooh,
didn't have to eat
fancy.
it. So like not a single dime was spent, and plus like alcohol, like in Magic Kingdom, that's.
Heck yeah, I remember that too.
I was like, holy shit! Like
I
I've
think
never been so wasted at a kids theme park in my entire life. Like specifically Magic Kingdom. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all had like a beer or two at Hollywood Studios,
and then there's
Epcot,
Epcot.
drinking around the
And then there's
world.
Epcot,
Like
yeah.
yeah, but then there's Magic Kingdom. Not a lot of
Yeah.
people can say that. So I mean,
Now here's a question though, because I remember when I went, they had a bunch of characters out. Like, did they do the same thing this time?
yeah, they
Yeah.
had the Hitchhiking Ghost.
Yes, I remember
They
that.
had Toy Story characters. Unfortunately, I have trauma. Anyway,
Oh
I
yeah,
have
that's right.
trauma.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was a fun time. It was great.
That's good. Yeah.
Oh, that
That's
was a little weird little snark that came out. That was weird. But yeah, it's just now I'm starting to kind of enjoy myself, get my mental health back to speed. Also trying to lose weight, but everything's progress.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on the same boat. Like in terms of like getting my mental health up there again, and like it's good that we're we've got that support. We're getting there. Baby steps. We're making it.
We've got that support.
We've got support.
I got partners. Yeah.
That was my
Vania, I fucking missed you so much. I've missed doing this so much. You have no idea.
Yeah. It's not an episode without bullying Yussef.
Without either bullying Yussef or making me question what the hell you're doing.
I was imitating you with your new partner. It's all it is.
Wow, thanks.
That's where I went. As I sounded like Elmo doing that.
You sound exactly like Elmo.
Now it's time for Kyle to be like, fuck.
I got name dropped again and they're doing this again. Jeez.
Like, Kyle's gonna be like, oh, like she sounded like Chucky. Now she sounds like Elmo. What else can this bitch
There's
do?
no in between. You either Chucky or Elmo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna commit arson.
Oh my god. All right, Chelmo.
Anyways, but it's a lot. We've been through some shit. But yeah,
back.
we're back.
We out here.
And now you know how it be. And even though we're a horror podcast, that we discuss everything that has to do with horror and like basically movies, like when it's off season. Now that we're on season, you're probably gonna hear us talk about what mostly started most of this crap is Halloween Horror Nights.
Yep.
So there's a lot that has happened between January and May. Hopefully, it's a lot of content worthy. So I think we should dive into it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like right off the bat, we already have the first thing that got announced was single day tickets are out. We got our first what's the word I'm looking for? This slogan, I think, or the tagline for the event this year.
Same one.
Yep. Never go alone. Or
Never
don't go
go
alone.
alone.
Never don't go alone. We got that. We also just recently also got express single day passes are also available now too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean that was like
that was just for one day, but I think
yeah,
they
like the single day
the
express
prices
passes
a little
right
bit. They dropped the date, so it's September 2nd to I think October.
It's running so
31st
much longer.
or
It keeps
November
running
1st.
longer, and I love it.
Yeah, so it's September. I'm gonna say 2nd because that's when cast previews are probably at, and then like to October 31st.
Okay.
So,
And
so if you have a friend,
I know they haven't announced multi-day, but I'm saying it now. I'm officially announcing this, and you're gonna hold me to this. I'm getting an extended pass this time. No more rush. I'm getting longer times. This is an official announcement. I'm doing it. Don't look at me like that. I know I keep saying it. This year it's official. I'm doing it.
done that last year.
I did say that last year, but this time I'm doing it. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm doing it. I'm getting paid more. I have money to do it now, so I'm doing it.
All right.
It's happening. Damn it.
Anyways, so on top of that, we also have the unmasking for the behind the scenes thing got announced.
Yep.
And that's probably starting on $80. We also have a little bit of an interesting news that, it's not interesting news because, of course, it's kind of like it's a given that this is going to come to the park, even though it hasn't been officially announced. Is that the weekend, and you guys already know the weekend.
Yeah.
He keeps reacting
Dude's
and
been
tagging Horror Nights. I was like, come on, like.
Essentially dropping hints like the size of, fucking Mars or something. It's like, you're like, everybody's like, dude, come on. It's happening. We already know what's happening.
2 whole tweets and
pretty much confirming it already.
Confirming it. So I'm pretty sure no one should be surprised. But hey, I'm all for it. I'm guessing it's like Howling Hornets tries to always capture a younger crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So I get why they're doing it, because especially since we have I guess they're trying to add more music elements as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say,
especially because there are artists
Eilish,
now. Yeah, especially because there are artists that are, at least mainstream artists are starting to have horror influences in their work, like early Billie Eilish and current Weekend stuff. Like ever since his last album and this new album, like good amount of horror stuff in there. So I can see why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because it seems like these people are really open to it. They're like, hell yeah, like I want to have my work featured in this event.
And I'm pretty sure he's a fan of Horror Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I can definitely see that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like... okay, before we get to into like this big announcement from Horror Nights, we gotta talk some sad news. Because you know what they closed down. We gotta shout it out,
I call bullshit, honestly.
I hate this so much. Why did they have to do... for those of you that don't know, or for those of you that know already and, just want us to hear us, like, bitch and moan about it and complain and get sad, they have officially closed down the Universal Monsters Cafe at Universal in Orlando, and it's a sad day.
I just think they're going to be using it for the announced house.
I don't know, because
that's so dumb. Why would they do
running
that?
around right now is that they're gonna expand, because they're gonna keep expanding Minions, because they already had the ride. They have like the section where they closed off, where they closed Shrek. They put like all the Minions on the walls now, and I'm like, please just stop with these stupid Minions already. Like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore with these things.
Yeah, but what's crazy is that now that Universal is finally embracing like their horror side, it's kind of like
they do this, and I'm like, why?
They do this. I'm like, what is it? It's like someone needs to tell me what the fuck is happening.
Like my wishful thinking is that they don't, instead of like doing the Universal monsters, they like upgrade it and do like current monsters or like current horror stuff, which I would be perfectly fine with that, as long as we have current horror. But at the same time, they're not going to do it just because of Epic Universe, because it's heavily rumored that they're going to have a Universal Monsters land just for that. So I can see why they might be doing it. I kind of just hope they don't do Minions, so like just do something else, please. I beg of you.
Yeah,
I'm begging you, please do something else. Universal, don't let me down.
God.
But yeah, that is sad to see that go away. And I mean, it was like a comfort food place for us, and just like a nice comfort place to just like chilling.
Yeah, and the food wasn't exactly top tier, but hey, like
But it
I
was good
didn't
though. It
complain
was still
about it.
pretty good. Yeah.
It was still pretty good. It's not like bad, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I'm still a stand for Louis though.
I
I'm a
found
sucker
it.
for that pizza.
I found it. So the weekend literally said, I just noticed Too Late and In Your Eyes are restricted on YouTube. I guess I pushed it a little bit. I know Howling Horror Nights love them though.
Come on.
That couldn't have been any bigger. Like like the biggest dick energy is like exists like in that fucking tweet. Like I was like, come on. And if it doesn't get confirmed, I'm like, that's some bullshit. Why would you do two? But
Yeah.
anyways, but other than that, um, shit. But yeah, I don't think as I got sidetracked. Hi, how are you? Um, it's just the fact that I think they're either going to take a lot of those heads that they have in like Monsters Cafe and put it in the new one.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
That's what I'm thinking they're gonna do.
But it'd be crazy if like we were to go into that the William or the God I
Williams
forgot
of Hollywood, is that what it's called? Or?
Williams of Hollywood, like the basically the little like memorabilia store that
Oh
they
yeah,
have
like
that
where
on
Terminator,
weekend.
where the
I
horror makeup
would
show gets
be
out. Yeah.
yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if they leave it there
Mm-hmm.
and they sell it. Like, you know, then I would be like, oh well, I don't know.
if not,
Or
if not to
it's
the
gonna be put in
Lakeland
the other
Antique
park.
Mall.
Yeah, into the Lakeland Antique Mall.
Here we
Like
go.
it's three things that it could happen. It can either go to that store, the antique store, or it can go to the new Epic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they'll even want to hold on to that or
Yeah,
put
that's gonna be
it to the
weird,
new
but
house.
it's who knows what they do.
So
Yeah, but yeah, sad to see it go.
you know, if it was up to me, I would want to watch. Sorry, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. So if you guys don't already hate me, I'm gonna make you hate me even more. It's I would prefer to see Mel's Drive and Leave than Monsters Cafe.
Wow, bold words. Bold words.
Bold
I
words.
don't
I
I don't
know.
agree with
I
you.
know.
I don't
I
agree with
know.
you, but I respect it because I can see why you would want it to go away. But at the same time, just for Horror Nights, I would just say just leave it just so we can see Diane, just so we can have Diane. It's the only reason I would have it stay anymore.
Retheme it to Van 55.
You genius! You absolute genius!
Just retheme it. Do something with it. It's just like the I don't mind the dine-in feel because I still think that's such a cute like diner like dine-in idea is cute and whatever, but I feel like it's just done everywhere, like even in theme parks.
Yeah, I
I
can
feel
see what you
like
mean.
you can go see that shit at Hollywood Studios at the little drive-in that they have over there.
Yeah,
You
like
could go
I think like for me personally, at least from like the Horror Nights perspective, like that, I just have such an emotional connection to it because it was like my go-to place to eat during Horror Nights. Like every year, almost every night, I would eat at the Die-In. Especially because I had like some of the best like character interactions in my early years going to Horror Nights, like around that area or like while I was at the Die-In and stuff like that. So that's why I have like a special like love for it.
I didn't eat there all the time. I
I
ate
used to.
there.
I used to. Now it depends on what I'm in the mood for. If I'm at that park, it's either there or I go to eat at Louis, just because I'm a sucker for their pizza and their chicken
I fuck
Alfredo.
with Louis.
I fuck with Louis so bad.
Yeah.
But if I'm in the mood
Because
for a burger, absolutely, I will go to the drive-in, just because Richter's is cursed.
the what is cursed?
Richter's, the other burger place that they have.
Oh, I don't mind that place actually.
Well, at least for me, because almost every single time I've gone to Richter's and I'm like, all right, let me go on this ride after, something happens on that ride. Like something doesn't work properly or they have some sort of technical difficulty, and I'm like, it's just Richter's fault. I blame Richter.
Why are you blaming it on Richter?
Because
when
every
you
single
can-
time I eat there and I go somewhere else after
when you
that.
can blame it on earthquake, the same shit. That is
That's right.
It's the same shit. Earthquake's angry. She wants revenge.
Earthquake and Disaster, they like teamed up and they're like, fuck Vin Diesel, fuck Fast and Furious Supercharged. We're gonna make it bad for everybody now.
Exactly. It's
Oh man.
Earthquake and Richter said, I'm about to cause an emotional rift."
Like legit, Earthquake is like emotional damage. Oh Jesus!
Damn, you waited in this ride 2 hours. Damn.
And guess what? It broke right before you're about to sit down in it.
Damn.
Damn,
Emergency
Earthquake.
Evacuation.
It's like,
Yikes.
damn, Earthquake. I see how it is.
Yeah, she wants revenge.
She does.
If not, it's Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice didn't get justice, though. It wasn't too much of a revenge, though.
No. It wasn't a revenge. It wasn't a revenge. It was a review.
I think this episode's over.
It's back. I'm back, baby. It's not like I ever left, but I'm back anyway.
But to be fair, though, oh my god, I feel like we're just rambling on this episode.
We haven't even talked about like the big news from like 2 days ago at this point.
No, but to be real though, like, God, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for this too.
Vania over here with the hot takes. Let's go. Them takes be spicy.
I mean, good or bad, I guess they'll expose me. I guess it's kind of like COVID.
What you got? What you got?
No, because like, you know how Beetlejuice came like to the last 2 days of like 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Like coming back, it was just like it's not as impressive as you thought it was the first time. I guess we were just really fascinated by having a new house before the year ended.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I never got to experience Beetlejuice during 2020. I only got to experience it at like 30.
Okay.
And this is where I'm gonna get some hate. I was not a fan of Beetlejuice. As much as I love Beetlejuice the character, as much as I love Beetlejuice the movie, I was not a fan of the house. None of my runs were ever fun. None of my runs were ever good. Except for like occasionally I would get the sandworm at the end, but there was just every single time there was just holes everywhere. There were holes everywhere, and I'm like, all right, I've already seen this like 3 times, and I don't get anything else out of it.
Yeah, I guess the first time, I guess it was just the emotional, like, oh my god, we got another house.
Yeah, the moment I was there and I saw like seeing Beetlejuice at the top, just like talking to people, and then like seeing all the stuff from the movie, I was like, holy, this is amazing, this is incredible. And that was, but after a while, I kind of lost that, like, because I'm like, all right, I've already seen it.
Yeah. It wasn't like whatever. But,
exactly.
That's why when you said that Beetlejuice didn't get his revenge because it was a review, like you said. So it matched, not in the way I intended it to be, but okay. Anyways,
back to a regularly scheduled programming.
I'm sorry. I hope you guys feel like you're in the table just seeing us banter back and forth.
Like, God damn it, get to the content.
So, either way, there is the latest speculation map. If I can find it.
Is there any spec? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Was like a version 2.0 of the spec map. I thought we were going to talk about the house announcement.
No, like we can talk briefly. It's not like it's.
I don't remember what it was, honestly. I don't remember anything about 2.0.
So,
because I have the memory of a squirrel.
Because we had a episode of our little review. I think of the first one.
Yeah, 1.0. That I remember.
But we're gonna talk briefly through it. Not gonna go into actual really big review on it. But of course. The first one, obviously, is Stranger Things because of the new season, and it's kind of like what they did a few years ago, where they actually like lined it up with the new season release. which is why a lot of people speculate. But it would be weird. I mean, it is going to be weird, but it's not going to be weird because they've done it with American Horror Story,
Yep.
where they split the seasons. So I don't know if that's going to be the same case for season 4. So yeah, any thoughts on it?
I mean, it would be fun to see that just because season 4 looks to be huge, especially because the Duffers were saying it's going to be, going back to like horror roots. And I'm like, okay, that's really cool. That's really interesting. They're going to be like, they're like, there's going to be a lot of more horror elements in it. We already saw the main villain, like the one who's been behind everything. You're like, that dude's fucking terrifying. Like, that would be incredible to see in a house, like going through that version of the Upside Down and seeing that guy, and you're seeing like Jesus.
Yeah.
So I can see that happening. It would be interesting to see that. And
of course, I'm gonna go out of order because I don't feel like going back to talking about things that I already talked about the weekend. We already know the tweets.
Yep.
Really big fat. That's a big fat given. At this point, I think it's happening. I don't see any denying in it. So
exactly.
The weekend is obviously there. I don't want to get to that one yet because that one was kind of confirmed. But then there's Dead Man's Wharf, which is of course an original. I'm gonna assume it's kind of like undersea thing.
I was
again.
thinking it might be something similar to a sequel up for a house that they did a long time ago, where it was like Spanish conquistadors, where like the one of the ships in Columbus's fleet that had been sunk kind of came back. It was similar to The Fog, where it was like ghost versions of those conquistadors.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it would be interesting if it was almost like a sequel to that, or something in that same vein of like similar to like The Fog of like undead sailors coming from the sea to attack, the coast.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I feel like that kind of reminds me of the Eddie's Scare Zone, where there's something similar like that towards the end.
Yeah, that was actually, I think it was taken from that house.
Yeah.
Or from Deadwater, something like that.
Yeah, very much that. And then there's a bug house. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel grossed out by insects, but that's some kink shit and some scare-phobia shit. So I don't know, whichever you take it. It's like Fear Factor.
Honestly, the moment they throw roaches in there, I'm done. Anything else I'm okay with.
Roaches?
I don't like roaches. The only thing I'm okay, I think I'd be okay with anything else except if it was like a lot of spiders, like a lot of spiders, maybe I'd freak out a little bit. But I'm okay with like spiders in general. But snakes, or not snakes. I mean roaches. Yeah. I don't fuck with roaches. Those things are disgusting.
Flying ones.
Those things are disgusting. Like they're some of the most disgusting creatures in the animal kingdom.
Yeah. And now, going to Hispanic roots, which I'm surprised that they would do this. Or I mean, we don't know. There's a speculation map, of course. Is El Chupacabra? So little Spanish.
Where's no? I want el cuco. Dame el cuco.
Dame el cuco. Oh my God! Stop. Anyways, but yeah, very much a Spanish lore. If you don't know what the Chupacabra is, I'm kind of for it. I just wonder how that would be executed.
Yeah. Is it? I haven't like looked up the legend of the Chupacabra in a while, but isn't it similar to almost like a Latino version of the Wendigo?
Kind of, yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's a little bit like more specific. I just don't remember the details of it.
Yes. So, but basically, it's like kind of a horror lore, and
it's essentially a cryptid. So it would be a cryptid house.
Yeah.
I will say this: I love the direct English translation of Chupacabra because it just means the goat sucker.
Hey.
And I love that.
The goat
because
sucker.
that immediately makes it like that immediately makes it not scary.
Yeah.
The goat sucker.
I mean, but then again, they did La Llorona, the woman, the cry woman, or the woman cry.
Woman. But at the same time, that could be, like, they make it kind of creepy. But, like, the goat sucker. Jesus Christ. God. Oh, God.
Hi. Then there is the horror of Blumhouse, the Black Phone, and Freaky. I don't know how I feel about that because every Blumhouse that has ever been put in Halloween Horror Nights has sucked dick. But like I say that with deep emotion because I generally like. What I mean by Blumhouse. Blumhouse is a great company when they actually put in the actual work and like they take time making a film. But when it's directed, I know that they have a college following of like of making these other side films that's not associated with Universal. But god damn, they're always so bad. Like
Yeah. I mean, they're like during some of the Horrors of Bloomhouse ones, there were some good elements. Like the Sinister section was really good. Like that was really effective.
short.
It was too short. It was too short.
It was great, but I was like, "Damn, this is like the 2 minutes of like euphoria before something like literally makes my dick flop. Everything else makes my dick
yeah,
flop."
because that's when they added the Purge, and you're like, oh, God, not the Purge again.
Yeah, like the Purge was the second Walking Dead.
Yep.
I love the Purge. I love the concept. It was just too milked out.
Much. It was way too much. Yeah. But yeah, if they're doing something like the Black Phone, I can see that because at least from the trailers, that movie looks really freaky. Like it looks creepy as hell. Yeah. Freaky, it would be weird because Freaky's more of like a horror comedy. It doesn't really have a lot of scary elements to it.
Freaky Friday, but
yeah, it's Freaky Friday but with horror. Yeah. Like it's not. It's more of a comedy with horror stuff in it, but it's not. I don't see that translating well into a house.
Yeah, exactly. So then the other one is Underground Creatures. I kind of get on like the dog one. The what was it? The War Dogs kind of feel.
Okay, really? Because I was thinking something like, remember that one scene in Case Files that was like in the sewers where it's like moss people.
Yeah,
so that's kind of what I was thinking actually.
Are you looking at the map right now? Because literally, the Underground Creatures, the Underground is military font, and then Creatures is like, of course, like regular written, like
interesting.
Like it's like a like I don't know how to describe this writing. It's kind of like someone drew like with their hands and blood,
Okay.
And so it's like
so it could be maybe like the military trying to create super soldiers and they fucked up and made just like disgusting creatures or something. That would be interesting. And they're just like put them in the sewer because that way people can see them.
Yeah, because literally the Underground font it just looks military to me.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. And of course, I won't be against it, but I don't think this is gonna happen because it's just too unless they do it for the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked Growth 2. Just because of Little Boo.
Just because of Little Boo's revenge.
Little Boo's revenge.
Yeah. The only reason I don't see that happening is because Horror Nights went out of its way to go for the throat when it came to the fans there. Yeah. And sending posting pictures of like a destroyed pumpkin and being like, this is Little Boo. And we're like, why Horror Nights? Why would you do this to us? You sick bastard.
It's not Horror Nights without the sick shit. But literally that's what I only see it for the aesthetic of a Halloween because I feel like they know that we like Halloween elements just like we like the pumpkins in Central Park. We liked the trick or treat, like obviously it went from a scare zone to a house. Then we have like Wicked Traditions or Twisted Traditions.
Just like that overall Halloween fall creepiness vibe is really, really effective. Yeah, it's really fun. But at the same time, it's kind of like, how else could you escalate that?
Exactly.
That would be tough to escalate, because especially when you like get to those endings where you're like inside this giant pumpkin and you have the pumpkin lore, like it's gonna be really, really hard to top something like that.
Yeah, I think they should leave it alone and do something of the sort. But of course,
yeah, either that or actually, if they were gonna do a sequel house, I would like to see something similar to like Seeds of Extinction.
Not that. Seeds of Extinction was my trauma. Like, I could never look at nature and trees again, like at night. I'm like, there's gonna be some walking tree huggers that are just gonna come at me and kill me.
Either
Like,
that or something to do with like the Terror Queen, because a lot of people really like the Terror Queen scare zone, like Terror Crentis during 30. It was really popular.
liked it. It was the scare zone was too small for me.
It was, but
That's
in
why I was
terms of
like,
like popularity and people just being like, "Oh, the Terror Queen is back," I think a lot of people like that aspect of it.
yeah,
So I can see that coming back again as a house. Possibly, I couldn't say for sure, because at the same time when
it
they did
would
that
be nice.
event, it would be cool. But at the same time, when they did that event, the whole park was themed around Terra Crentis. So I'm like, how do you fit that whole mythology into one single house?
Yeah.
Unless you do like a greatest hits of Terra Crentis, where you're just like literally like fast forwarding through all the like big major stuff in Terra Crentis.
Yeah, the thing is, like, with Terra Crentis, wow, I love how we're just gonna have a total tangent about Terra Crentis. Like, basically, I liked the scare zone, don't get me wrong, but there was two major problems I had with that scare zone,
Mm-hmm.
is that I liked the detail, I liked, like, everything, like, with the woodsy and very, like, gory, like, Viking-esque, like, mythology looking thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it doesn't match up to when she first appeared, when they had a whole ass stage, they had a whole ass
Yeah. Because
scare
it was a little
zone,
bit. It was supposed to be like more
and
steampunk, I think.
it was very immersive
Mm-hmm.
back then. And then I felt like we just had section. And another big problem I had with it, which I was super disappointed, not gonna lie to you, is the Terra Queen's look.
Okay.
I hated it because if you look at the concept art from, like, when she first appeared, I felt like that, like, if they were able to do that makeup again, recreate it, and still have, like, the suit, and obviously not me be able. This is just me being nitpicky at this point. It's just like you could see the work shoes underneath. So I feel like if they
Yeah,
would
that
have
was a bit
did
rough.
the.
That was. I will admit to that. That was a bit rough. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, if they would have made the costume a little bit detailed, like, I would have loved it. Like, I loved the dagger, I loved her movements, I loved the attitude. It was just the mask that she
Yeah, they
wore.
should have just done for like a
Mm,
traditional makeup.
yeah, they should have went something a little bit more
Yeah, just do a
traditional.
makeup on the person. Don't put a mask on them. Because it just looks like a Halloween mask. Looks a little.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that those the major two problems I had
Mm-hmm.
with
And those
Qantas.
are completely valid concerns. And again, it's something that people can take that, Hornets can take that into consideration and just like say, all right, we messed up on that, we can fix it.
Yeah,
So.
especially since that's something that they wanted to bring back so bad, especially with, like, the shirts, and
Mm-hmm.
even on on, like, two of the shirts actually. So why not
Yeah, and even the
keep
artwork, which I
on that?
love when I bought that print. That's just like the map of Terra Crentis. Like that's one of my favorite things I've ever bought, like Horror Nights merch wise.
Yeah, but then last but not least, we're gonna be obviously. That's if it happens. We've been talking about this for a while. Is Halloween, because Halloween ends.
Yep.
You know how it be. So
And in that case, if they were to do that, what I'm thinking is they're not going to do just Halloween Ends. They're probably going to do the Halloween new trilogy, so Halloween 2018 Kills and Ends, just so they can have that variety and like all the fun stuff there. Especially like, can you imagine, like the fucking Michael Myers coming out of the fire type thing from the beginning of Kills? Like, holy shit, that'd be badass.
it's kind of like putting a bow on everything,
Yeah,
honestly, since it's gonna
yeah,
end.
yeah. The only problem with that is that they've already done Halloween 3 times because they did Halloween, Halloween 2, and Halloween 4. So that's where like, do they want to do that again?
People don't care,
Oh,
honestly.
I know, but I mean, like, in terms of, like, just exhausting the property at this point. I mean, it's very possible
If
that they will
they
do it
own
anyway.
it, why not? Because
Yeah.
it's not like they're gonna go back to the, what's it called, the cinema line, and try to get all those characters back
Oh,
unless they
New
really
Line
wanted
Cinema.
to.
Yeah, yeah,
New Line Cinema.
yeah. Um,
Because right now, I might as well just say it. since I guess I'm just gonna try and tie this back in. So yesterday we got a new announcement, which is I want to say this properly. It is the Wolfman versus Dracula versus the Mummy.
Okay.
Right? So it's like Universal now, they know that their old stuff makes money.
Mm-hmm.
This very much looks like almost very similar to when they did the what was it? I know it's not what it's called. Line of Cinema line crap.
New Line Cinema.
New Line Cinema. Blah. That escapes me. It's like ripped from the silver screen almost.
Mm-hmm.
So now that kind of reminds me of that, it's kind of like, all right, so here's that people really know that they like the Usher, they like the concept of the palace. So it's kind of funny how they're trying to have like almost like a HHN icons, and that's kind of like repeating like history, almost being tied, like everything tying together.
It's almost like it's almost like Horror Night said, "Hey, we really like Captain America: Civil War. Let's do that with the Universal monsters." It's pretty much what it is.
It's like we like Civil War and we like the HHN icons.
Yeah. Okay, now but here's the important question though: who are you rooting for?
The Wolfman, duh.
Very good. Glad we're on the same page because I'm Wolfie all the way.
Yeah, I mean,
like as much as I love the Mummy, I'm sorry, but like I gotta give it to the Wolfman.
Yeah, but another thing that I wish they didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I really wish they didn't do.
For those of you that are not looking, she pointed at her shirt because she's wearing the Universal Monster shirt from 2018.
Yeah, so they remade the shirt, and the design stayed the same. Not that I have a problem with it. I mean, I kind of have a problem with it, but still, like it's kind of like they had this concept, and we had the King of the Silver Screen, and then we had the Queen of the Silver Screen, and then obviously we can tell that the King of the Silver Screen was Frankenstein by himself. I guess that was acceptable because there was the house of Just Bride and the monster. But then now you're putting the same design but rearranging them differently. The only that doesn't appear on this shirt is the Mummy.
What I'm thinking is it's because like they realized how popular the Universal Monsters house was, and they were like, okay, let's continue this. It's almost like let's keep it in the same universe. So that's why they've kept that look consistent. That's the only thing like I can think of as to why they're doing it. There's also the point. There's also the real world aspect of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No need to spend money remaking the look of them.
Yeah, the thing is that in this shirt, as I'm trying to, the ones on the poster look more grotesque and more raw. These, I don't know.
I mean, at the same time, it's something they could be doing on purpose, where they're like slowly gonna make them more, decrepit or gorier and that kind of stuff too. That could be like a creative choice. So who knows? It's very up in the air for that right now. I like the theory of it though, like just thinking about why they would do that or why they wouldn't do that.
So basically, my theory is, I love how why do I have these theories when they probably might not come true? But I would like wishful thinking, I guess. It's just that, they know that the Usher is popular. They know that, the lore of the Universal Palace is there because now we have like the snacker. So it's kind of referencing back to the Usher.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Yeah, and it was almost the same commercial concept that's ripped from the silver screen.
Honestly, still my favorite Horror Nights commercial. Still my absolute favorite Horror Nights commercial.
It is. And the thing is, like, I'm like waiting for them to keep releasing stuff so we know like if this actually ties to the icons. Obviously, I don't think the icons will come back, and I'd be very surprised if they did.
Yeah. I do like this theory going around about the snacker, that it's almost like, okay, here's the first major character, and it's like it's gonna be a series of characters of like people that you hate at the movie theater. So you got like the guy on the phone, or the person that's talking, or the person that's like kicking your seat, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, Julian don't like that shit. So if they're bringing the usher back, this would be like a good like series of victims that could also kind of relate to the houses.
It just makes me wonder. Now that I think about it, I don't think they did the Usher twice.
No, they've only done them for Silver Screams, and then they brought them back for Icons.
Yeah, but they
they've
brought the
never-
director twice. They brought
for Sweet 16, yeah, for Sweet 16 they
for
brought it
Sweet
back.
16. Yeah, they brought it back.
So for now, the only
Caretaker
ushers,
twice.
the only characters they haven't done, the only icons they haven't done twice or more than once are Usher and Lady Luck. Everything else they've done at least twice or more.
Yeah, so it makes sense if they try to,
or at least as like a main event icon. I mean,
yeah, it's either we get a new icon or it's Julian's here, which I don't mind.
oh, I love
Because
Julian.
at that
Bring
point,
that boy back.
bring the boy back.
Bring back the Julian boy. King
That was my first year. King Julian.
I love you, King Julian.
Hey, Julian. Yes. Wow.
Yeah, but I'm
I
excited
love how
for
we
it.
went on this
I'm excited to see what they're
tangent.
gonna do, because obviously that's what it's gonna be something similar to the Icons on the Throne, where you're gonna. What I'm thinking is every single time you go, they're gonna have a different winner of the battle, so you're gonna want to go and be like, all right, I can't wait. I need to see the Wolfman win this fight, and like you don't. You're like, crap, I gotta go again and see if I can see him win this time. So that's how it's the same thing as Icons, where people are like marathoning Icons just to see all the icons or to see their favorite icon. So I can see that happening with this one too, if they're gonna do
I've
that.
only gotten Jack, Julian, and Lady Luck.
I was so lucky with my first run when I immediately got director on my first ever run. I'm like, I see you, Paolo. You my boy.
I see you.
I got Paolo, I got Lady Luck, I got Elsa, and I got Jack my last time.
And your last time you got Jack, interesting.
Yeah.
Because Jack is on there he's like the first one for like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm. No, well, I mean, I didn't marathon it all in one night. I mean, like my last ever run of icons, like that was the icon that I got.
Ah.
Yeah. Which was really fun. Which was really awesome because like that same run, like right before is where I got my interaction with Jack, where he saw that I was wearing a Jack shirt, and I got it on video, and he's like talking about my shirt and like asking me stuff. I'm like, hey, and then lo and behold, there he was on the throne.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for this house. Like, you know me, I'm a fan of the monsters. I'm a fan of anything to do with the monsters. So like, give it to me.
Which another thing that kind of is circling my mind is why would they do the Mummy when there is a franchise with the monster, a movie with the monster, with that same title, but instead of the Mummy, it's the monster. Mm-hmm. Which is, I wonder why they went that route. But I'm guessing they knew because they already had like almost like the monster like twice. They kind of wanted to isolate the other three.
Yeah, because they already had him with Bride and the monster. So I'm like, all right, let's shake it up. Let's bring in the Mummy in there.
No, don't dive into theory hell. Vania, please stop.
Don't.
This is like, what if all the monsters got into a fight, and that's when the bride was like, this is an opportune time to collect their bodies so I can revive my husband. Because they all die. They all kill each other in this battle.
This giant battle.
I need to stop that. Anyway, I need to stop. No, these theories need to stop. All right, we're done.
Yeah, that's really all we got so far, though. So, like I said, I'm really excited to see what they're going to keep announcing. I'm excited for this announcement. I already took a look at some of the merch. It's really cool. I don't know if I'm going to buy merch just yet. Just because I'm not sure if I want to get... I should, honestly, because I don't really actually have any Monsters merch now that I think about it, except for, like, one shirt, maybe? So I might still get it. I don't know.
You don't have this one?
No, I don't.
Ah,
Yeah.
whack shit.
But yeah, I think that's really all we have for you guys so far.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
this episode was really, really long.
Listen, we were
Welcome
overdue. We
back.
were overdue for an episode. So hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for putting up with our shenanigans yet again.
Yeah, I hope you feel like you're sitting at the table and you're just shaking our heads at our banter. And, hopefully there's still some interaction if you guys remember us and, are listening. So that would be nice.
Thank you for the
Uh,
love.
thank you for the love if you waited this patiently.
Excuse me. Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, I think it's time we cut this episode off here. And obviously before we leave, we're gonna talk about what we do, what we like. So Vanya, if you want to go ahead and get us started, where can we find you?
Okay, so currently I am on Twitter and YouTube under HHN Cultist. Haven't dropped a video in so long. I need to get on that, I know. But I still post stuff on my Twitter every so often, whether it be like horror or goth or any of those type of looks. I recently did a Friday the 13th of the superstition look, which is basically like the superstition of broken glass. Broken glass, broken mirrors. Obviously, obviously representing bad luck and all that stuff. So that was like my latest thing, and I keep getting interactions, even though I haven't been active as in a YouTube sense. But I guess I'm trying to start to get back into the horror community and the swing of things. And now that I'm gonna have a lot more time and hopefully time to actually put out a video since I haven't in so long. But there are other cool people on this podcast. So Yussef, where can we find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at itbeyusef. It's literally me shitposting just idiotic stuff. Legit, that's all I ever do. And then you have my Instagram at Yusef1220. And then after that, we have our lovely little podcast, The Sounds from the Grave podcast. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and, like at least on our socials, as Sounds from the Grave. And then methods to listen to our podcast, also YouTube if you want to watch the podcast. And then Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere else you can listen to your podcast there. And then we also have our email, soundsfromthegravepodcast@gmail.com. If you guys ever want to email us something, or if you want to be on a show or an episode, or if you want to give us suggestions on anything, feel free to do that. But yeah, that's really all we have for you guys. Oh, actually, real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to an old friend of mine, Luis. He, for those of you that follow us on Twitter, he did make our new banner. You can follow him on Drawn to Mischief. He's super talented, extremely awesome guy. He has his own podcast. If you guys are into animation, it's called Draw Me a Story. Super interesting animation stuff because it's just him and a bunch of his friends, and they're all artists and animators. So it's really cool seeing them talk about animating and cartoons and that kind of stuff from an animator's point of view, which is really interesting. So definitely check them out. He's literally my oldest friend, so major support, major props to the dude, and super talented guy. And yeah, again, that's really all we got for you guys. So thanks again for putting up with us, and sorry that we took what felt like ages to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
But we hope you guys have a good day or good night whenever you're listening to this, and you stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
Bye, everybody.